Hello guys, again this is the Defeat TV. As it become a habit, we are going to demonstrate the history of Yoweli Kaguta Museveni. Anyway, who is Yoweli Museveni? Yoweli Kaguta Museveni, born on 15 September 1944, is a Ugandan military officer, a politician, and a revolutionary who has served as the 9th president of Uganda since 1986 till today. His government is considered autocratic. After Museveni lost the election of 1980, he started the Ugandan Bush War, which caused over 100,000 deaths and led to the removal of Milton Obote. Museveni's rule has been described by scholars as competitive authoritarianism or illiberal democracy. Place has been under the authority of governments. None of the Ugandan elections for the last 30 years since 1986 have been found to be free and transparent. Museveni's presidency has been characterized by an upsurge in anti-gay legislation and activity, involvement in the First Congo War, the Rwandan Civil War, and the other African Great Lake conflicts, the Lord Resistance Army insurgency in northern Uganda, which caused a humanitarian emergency, and constitutional amendments scrapping presidential term limits in 2005 and the presidential age limit in 2017. On 16 January 2021, Museveni was re-elected for a sixth term with 58.6% of the vote. Despite many videos and reports that shows ballot box stuffing, over 400 polling stations with 100% voter turnout, and a human rights violation. As for 2022, after 36 years of his authoritarian rule, Uganda has been ranked with 166th in GDP nominal per capita and 167th by Human Development Index. Let us see the early life and education of Yoweli Kaguta Museveni. Museveni was estimated to be born as demonstrated earlier in 15 September 1944 to parent Mzee Amos Kaguta in 1916, who died in 2013. He was a Ketura Kepler and Esther Kokundeza Ngazi, who born in 1918 and died in 2001 in Rukungiri. He is an ethnic Hima of the Kingdom of Mporolo, now parts of Ankole. According to Julius Nyerere, Museveni's father, Amos Kaguta, was a soldier in the King African Rifles during the Second World War. He was in the 7th Battalion. So when Yoweri was born, relatives used to say his father was Museveni, meaning the 7th. This is how he obtained the name Museveni. His family later migrated to Hungamo, then within the British Protectorate of Uganda. Museveni attended Kaimet Elementary School, Mbalala High School, and Tare School for his primary and secondary education. He also attended the University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania for his tertiary education. He studied economics and political science. The university at the time was a hotbed of radical Pan-African and Marxist political thought. While at the university, he formed the University Student African Revolutionary Front student activist group and led a student delegation to Frelimo, head territory in Portuguese Mozambique, where they received military training. Studying under the leftists Walter Rodney, among others, Museveni wrote a university thesis on the applicability of Franz Fanon's idea on revolutionary violence to post-colonial Africa. Let us also see the career of Yoweli Kaguta Museveni. The exile forces opposed to Amin invaded Uganda from Tanzania in September 1972 and were repealed. In October, Tanzania and Uganda signed the Mogadishu Agreement that denied the rebels the use of Tanzanian soil of aggression against Uganda. Museveni broke away from mainstream opposition and formed the Front for National Salvation (FRONASA) in 1973. In August of the same year, he married Janet Kainembabazi. In October 1978, Ugandan troops invaded the Kagera salient in northern Tanzania, initiating the Uganda-Tanzania War. Tanzanian President Julius Nyerere ordered the Tanzania People Defense Force, known as TPDF, to counterattack and mobilized Ugandan dissidents to fight the Amin regime. Museveni was pleased by this development. In December 1978, Nyerere attached Museveni and his forces to Tanzanian troops under Brigadier Silas Mayunga. Museveni and his FRONASA troops subsequently accompanied the Tanzania during the counter-invasion of Uganda. He was present during the capture and destruction of Mbarara in February 1979 and involved in the Western Ugandan campaign of 1979. In the course of this operation, he alternatively spent time at the front line and in Tanzania, where he discusses the cooperation of various anti-Amin labor groups as well as the political future of Uganda with the Tanzanian politicians and other Ugandan opposition figures such as Obote. He played a significant part in the Moshi Conference, which led to the unification of the opposition as the Uganda National Liberation Front, UNLIF. Yusuf Lure was appointed as UNLIF chairman and the potential president of Uganda after Amin's overthrow. Museveni felt dissatisfied with the results of the conference, believing that he and his followers were not granted enough representation. In 1980s to 1996, in 1990, man, ikiganiro kirapfuye.